With
Yes,
Diana
hello.
Irvine. How are you? It's great to see you.
Great to be with you.
Diana is one of our in-home experts that always brings a lot of great ideas for simple problems that you have around the house. And for those of you, ironing is kind of just a thing that we all have to do whether you like it or not. And you've probably heard about the name Rowenta over the years, but you thought, you know what, how do I join the club? How do I get into the gold standard of irons and do it affordably, but do it for where it makes sense for my household? Well, what we've done for you today is exclusive to QVC. It's a wonderful way for you to experience a Rowenta that's fully featured. Top of the line, I might add you so much that the normal price is $120 to bring this iron home. We have it for a while. Supplies last offer today for $69.84, which means we bought all of those quantities, and once they're gone, you won't be seeing it returning on QVC for that price. We gave you two colors for the first time ever in floral design, which if you've had that old kind of ratty, just like looks like you need a tetanus shot to touch the iron.
Exactly.
This is a really nice update. So here it is in the rose, here it is in the blue. If you own a Rowenta, give us a call on our testimonial line, 1-800-395-1601. This is a company that for, gosh, how many
Over
years?
100
years. Nobody's been ever to make a better iron than Rowenta, and there's a couple of reasons why, specifically ones that you'll find in this iron.
Yeah, what I love about Rowenta, German engineering and design for over 100 years, what we try to do is give you a professional tool that'll cut your ironing time in half. I mean, how much is your time worth? And give you a professional result with one pass. This is crispy linen. You know how tough this is. This is tough to wear because it wrinkles easily, but how do you maintain it? You maintain it with a good tool. What makes a good tool is the power behind it. This is 1700 watts. Normally, you know, you go out and buy a cheapy iron, you're lucky if they're over 14 or 15, maybe even over 1200.
Yeah.
This is 1700. The most by law in the U.S. is 1800 that you're allowed to have. This has a brand new Soleplate. It's called our 3D Soleplate. Do you see how it looks like there's kind of different dimensions to it? Well, what that does is that adds sort of like a hovering effect. So when you glide over your garment, it's sort of lifting it and putting down that steam right through the fibers, lifting up that the nap, and then you're allowing to smooth it out with your iron.
And gliding is not to be taken lightly because before I got my Rowenta, it was a full quart body press because I had an old iron. And I thought, honestly, that's how you were supposed to iron because that was what I was used to in college. And then when I started working here, I still was pressing down on the Rowenta, but all of a sudden I just started seeing these incredible results. And I was like, wait a second.
I don't need to work that hard.
It's not a workout ironing.
It's not a workout. And you know, I think a lot of people, if you hate ironing or you're like, oh, I don't want to iron, I bet your iron looks like that. Is that what your iron looks like?
That's what mine looked like when it was
20,
the
30
30
bucks
pounds
for it,
pressure.
Right? See how small it is? See how it's scratched up and worn and there's not many holes? See how thin that metal is there? Well, that's the steam chamber on your typical iron, which, by the way, aren't always known to be steam irons. They're just irons. This is a steam iron. This is the inside of our iron. See the steam chamber? It's enormous. We fill that with water, and then you can burst over and over and over and over again because it's all about steam when it comes to wrinkle removal, and that's how you make the job easy with a great tool like this.
Well, and if you're sitting there looking at the florals, that's the first time you've ever seen Rowenta use this. And not to mention, Rowenta is the official garment care provider of Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week, which is a pretty big deal because you think about all of how expensive those clothes are that are walking the runway. This is that same exact company that's now brought into your home. And for those of you that want to take the Rowenta challenge, because we do have that 30-day money-back guarantee, I began loving to iron so much that one day I thought, heck, let's iron some pillowcases. I'd always presented it that way, and I thought, who would ever iron their pillowcases? I'm telling you.
Well, when it's not a chore, when it's so easy, you wouldn't even think twice about doing it because it's so easy. What I love about this too is it's so powerful that even if you don't own an ironing board, you're going to get great results. Just yesterday I was wearing linen pants and I was running late, didn't have time to get the ironing board out. All I did was plug this in. You fill it with regular tap water. It takes 30 seconds to heat up.
Wow.
This is an auto steam iron. You rarely see these, and what I love about that is you set the dial to the fabric that you want to iron. You know, whatever you're ironing, you set it here. You set this little lever to auto steam. This has become the smart iron. It knows precisely how much steam to pump out to give you that great result with no effort. Like, I am not
And this is
pushing
that
it more.
iron where you're sitting here thinking, okay, the iron might be smarter than I am. Because what I love about the Rowenta, and we said it earlier with the food saver as well, you got to find ways to save money because you can't continue shelling out money for things that you're doing every week.
Right.
With this, what we saw the biggest savings in was going to be Aaron's dress shirts because we have an amazing, I want to say it's delicate, easy care, and then we have a dry clean cycle on ours where they wash them. We have to hang dry all of those items. Well, what we were paying for was for somebody to go back and perfectly press them. He can do it and I can do it, and yet we're not having to pay money for each individual shirt. We're making that one-time Rowenta investment that just from dry cleaning alone we were able to see the savings.
Absolutely. When you have a tool that does the job for you, why would you take it for someone else to do? This is taking the pain out of it. This is taking the drudgery out of it. If you don't have time to really even press something on your, let's say on your bed, just vertical steam, 1700 watts. This does not need a dry cleaning. It needs a wrinkle removal. And here's my steamer. I mean, you could go out and buy a Rowenta steamer, and they're great, and I love them too, and they're for, people love them. They're $130 just for a steamer. This is an iron and a steamer in one.
And remember, this is not technology that you're used to seeing, and the fact that Rowenta brought you two of the most sought-after technology when you're thinking about the most beautifully pressed clothes or getting the wrinkles out and saving money at the dry cleaners, you could be paying $120, but because we've had a relationship now with, gosh, it's 26 years that we've been here at QVC with Rowenta, we're able to give you a while supplies last offer, which means instead of paying that manufacturer suggested retail value of $120, you're actually saving $50 off the purchase price, yet you can only find this kind of deal here, but it's until those quantities run out because unfortunately we can't bring back that value. And with 400 already out the door, it's the perfect time for you to start seeing updates because I know with our fall fashions, you are bringing out those silk blouses, or you know what, you are ironing those nicer wool dress pants.
Yeah,
Throw them in your wash on those delicate cycles. Don't take them to the dry cleaner. Or maybe, you know what, if you're wearing them a couple times a week, why not refresh them? The school uniforms that are about to be put back on. Today's the day for 5 easy payments of $13.97. You look like the mom who knows how to do it all. And by the way, with 3 kids of your own, of course your daughters would show up with something like that.
Yes.
That's Diana Irvine.
But you know what? It's really about my time. If this took a long time, I wouldn't do it. I don't have time. This is so quick and easy. Fill it up with tap water. 30 seconds later, it heats up, and zip over it, and you're done. That's what I need when it comes to making life easy and getting great results.
Well, we're going to go off to the phone lines and say hello to Kelly in New Jersey. Hi, Kelly. You're on with Courtney, and please say hello to Diana. How are you doing?
Good morning, ladies. I'm doing quite well, thank you. It's nice to see you all.
Oh, you as well.
To you.
I hear that you own a Rowenta in your home and you love it.
Actually, I have multiple Rowenta products, and I have a steamer, and I'm on my 3rd iron, I think, only because I keep upping the wattage, that's all.
Yes, ma'am. Well, tell us, what do you like? Okay, here's the thing. People don't just buy 3 irons from the same company or buy multiple products when it comes to the steamer and the iron. What keeps you coming back from Rowenta?
The power, the heat, the constant steam, and my husband is a volunteer with an organization, and he has to wear button-down front shirts. And they're all cotton, Oxford style.
Yes.
And we all know how a nuisance they can be. However,
Yeah.
this thing, I can do 5 of them in such a short amount of time. I'm like, oh, I'm done already.
Yeah.
But the steam, and for cotton shirts, we know we need that heavy, heavy steam, and it goes right through. It takes me minutes to do, and it's actually a pleasure because to see how they come out of the dryer and then to see them hanging straight, and I didn't go to the cleaners.
Yes.
You know, and Miss Kelly, I feel like people only talk about Rowenta with the pleasure of ironing because most people you ask that don't have a Rowenta, they're like, oh, I don't want to iron today.
Yeah.
Well, my son is getting married in 2 weeks, and one of the things his fiance had on her list was a Rowenta iron. And when as soon as she saw her gift, she held up, she says, I have a Rowenta.
Oh, see, that's such a
It's kind
thoughtful
of like
gift.
the KitchenAid. Like you need a
Yeah,
KitchenAid, you need the Rowenta.
That's right.
Exactly,
I mean, every
that's
house
exactly
needs one.
right.
Why not get a good one and have it for years, right? So.
And then the seamstress that did her dress for the wedding, she is actually has a Rowenta on her ironing board.
Oh,
And I
yes.
said, "Oh, you have a Rowenta?" She said, "Are you kidding? It's the only kind I would use."
Oh.
And that's the lady that you're paying
Yeah.
to probably
Exactly.
iron those dry
Exactly.
That's
cleanings.
the professional, exactly.
Well, Miss Kelly,
Exactly.
thank you so much. Best
Thanks,
wishes to your
Kelly.
son for a happy marriage and sunshine on the big day.
And you have one coming up, don't you?
Yeah, 1 month from today. Oh my
Oh,
God.
goodness gracious. I know how you feel. Well, I'm the mother of the groom, but nonetheless, I know how it is.
Well,
Enjoy
cheers
and
to
have
your
a great
fabulous
time.
outfit. Thank you so much,
Thanks,
Miss
Kelly.
Kelly. Talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take care. I love
You know,
that.